Hello, Manhood Academy students. It's time for another podcast. Trying to get your buddy Bogler on the line. I think he's trying out a new operating system, so it's only taking him forever to figure out how to work his microphone and camera. Meanwhile, I'm going to open up some podcast notes to see if we have anything to talk about this week. Opening the podcast notes. All right. Okay, let's see. Bogler is saying, whoops, 1 second. He's ready to go, as always. Come on, Boggs, let's get it together. Let's get this show on the road. I like that little thing in Google Chat. It says, Bogler is typing ... The plugin is installing. Oh, fuck. He's installing plugins. This is only going to take an hour. Fucking Bogler. Always prepared. Bogler is a perfect example of students not thinking ahead, not considering. Okay, let's see here. Let me see here. I was going to respond to one of the posts from Mother Son, responding to a video posted of Michael Jordan, one of the many billions of Michael Jordan videos floating around on YouTube. Oh, and I definitely want to get to this mystery pickup artist video. The world's best pickup artist picking up chicks. Can't wait to see that. It's going to be amazing. Okay, it looks like Boggles is ready. He's finally here. Let's crack some volume. Boop, 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 boop.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
Let's get some volume going here. There we go.
What took you so long?
Well, you're not even ready, so that should tell you exactly why it took so long.
Hey, I'm not moving.
Yeah, no kidding, because you're not ready. That's the point. If you were ready,
Hold on, I'll fix it.
this podcast would have started 5 hours ago. But because you're not ready, it's starting 10 hours later, and you're still not ready.
All right, hold on, let me fix it.
Half the podcast is basically me talking about how incompetent you are, and we haven't even got the podcast off the ground yet.
All right, two seconds, let me fix it.
Great. You do that.
Okay.
Fucking Bogler. Unfucking believable. Why isn't the podcast starting? You said you were going to start it earlier. Yeah, you fuck. Your camera's not working. Your mic's not working. Nothing's working. And you're installing a plugin right as I talk to you. Unfucking real. Indian method. His goal is to make me suicide. I figure if I talk to him long enough, I'm just going to suicide at some point. Okay. My other post, I forgot about the Michael Jordan video. I've forgotten how much I like sharing what I like. Okay, that's the title of my post. And in it is this amazing Michael Jordan video. I think he's just coming back out of his first retirement. Fucking Boggles.
What the fuck? It's not working. God. Oh, I got it.
I got it. Tech support. Yeah, go call tech support. Fucking Bogler. Okay, so this video is Jordan just coming out of his first retirement, and he's playing at a Scottie Pippen charity game, and the musical score in the background isn't one of those hardcore rap tunes where it's like, nigga, I'm gonna destroy you. You can't see me. You can't beat me. And it's just like, oh, okay, I get it. You got a synthesizer, you got a beat, and you're laying down tracks about how badass you are. Oh, fucking faggot Indian, always interrupting my podcast. Yes.
There you go.
Oh, you're so annoying. Okay. I'm in the middle. Shut up right now. Okay, so he's playing the Rocky soundtrack. He's playing the Rocky theme, and it's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not one of these fucking annoying rap beats, and it's just like crescendoing. So in the beginning, I don't know if I can even describe this, but in the beginning, he's kind of starting to play. It's not really like picked up. It doesn't start on him slam dunking the ball or him shooting like threes or him draining impossible shots. It's just like him kind of fucking around, and he gets stuffed in the beginning. So it's kind of like matching the thematic music crescendo, like when Rocky's first training is not all that great. He's still trying to catch the chicken. You know, he's chasing the chicken to gain speed, and he's doing road work, and it's all depressing, and he's not really that great of a puncher or boxer yet. So he's just learning a skill. So it kind of seems that way with Michael Jordan. It's kind of like almost like this guy when he was picking the music. He's like, what's the most inspirational music I can pick? The most interesting musical score that tells like a little story. So to me, like when I'm watching this video, it's not just a basketball video, but I'm watching like a musical, like a little movie. Like Michael Jordan just coming out of retirement, all rusty, sucks, getting stuffed, getting blocked, can't play, and it's just like this depressing music at the end, and the build up, and then da 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 da, and then Rocky, and then he fucking just takes Pippen out. dunks on all the niggas in there and just busts everybody up. So it's like once you have a really good musical score with especially something like basketball where it doesn't really fit, like you usually see a basketball clip and it's like LeBron James crab walk travel dunk and it's a fucking terrible rap soundtrack over this retarded clip. But if you could put a little music to it, like something that has a story and it's something that has some guitars or something, like it's a change in tune. It's not just a steady beat, 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 thump synthesizer, mixed track, and, some background singer, just like the generic fucking rap formula. It's just, it's like droning. It's like listening to trance music over and over and over. But this actually has like a little story to it, so it takes you through like a little roller coaster of emotions. And you're watching this video, you're like, oh, fuck, this is so amazing. Okay, so that's that video. And now we're back to Bogler. Bogler's here.
Hello.
Unfucking prepared as always. Why isn't the podcast starting? I'm ready. Oh, wait, I have to install the plugin. Yeah, fucking Bogler.
Yeah, but you took like half hour anyways.
Yeah, because you're not fucking ready, asshole. I look at your chat icon, no camera ready, no microphone ready. So I'm like, do I want to chat with Bogler? Nothing's ready? Nah. Do I want him to figure it out? Yeah. Is he going to figure it out? Nah. Obviously, 2 hours later, you still didn't figure it out. So it's not like some people they wait, they go, this guy's going to learn the hard way. So let's just let him make the mistakes. He'll fuck it up, but then he'll eventually get it because he's a bright guy. And then there's you. Like if I just leave you there, you'll fucking stay in the same place for 10 years and not learn anything. And you'll be like, what's the problem?
Alright. Okay, we got it.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Indian guy. You're the fucking ultimate tech support. Okay, so pull out your notes for podcasting. Let me see here. Do I just want to jump right into the mystery video right now? This video is titled The Holy Grail of Pickup.
You made like 10 of them, so.
Yeah, there's like a whole series of fail videos. It's like I'm watching part 1. Part 1 is just as bad, just as amazingly bad as part 2, part 3, part 4, part 4 through 7.
Part 10, part 100.
They're terrible.
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 Lack of conveying any person. He has a video camera following him everywhere. I finally wrote a long blog today. Alright, back.
Congratulations. It's a good thing I came back quickly because I think everybody fell asleep listening to that silence. Okay, I just lit the fire. I wanted to get a little warm in here. It's a little chilly in here.
Yeah, turn the heater.
Let me crank it up just a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Okay, we're all cranked up. Okay. So, Mystery's fail video.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to go through this fail video.
Yeah.
And maybe go through line by line, sentence by
second.
sentence, and just go through this whole fucking thing. Okay, so let's just critique it because nobody out there knows what the fuck they're doing. So they see this guy in a little fuzzy hat and a bow around his neck and think this is the coolest guy in the room. This is the most amazing pickup artist in the world. Always voted number 1 or number 2 pickup artist in the world by his fellow fucking nerds and dorks who don't know what the hell they're doing. By himself and by the quote, quote, seduction community. The guys who are on the cutting edge of getting girls. Oh, fuck. Basically just fucking know-nothing nerds, just like this guy. And we're going to break it down exactly what's going on here. Okay, so he's got his fuzzy hat. And the reason why he's wearing this fuzzy hat, gay fucking hat and fedora, nothing you'd ever wear if you weren't a gay guy going out. His whole theory is based on the peacock theory. He's always saying this fucking line. It says, if you were a guy and you just wear one interesting item. The way he talks is so dainty and so quaint. I always think of like Johnny Depp or who's that other guy? Orlando Bloom. You know, like the quaint, dainty English. Every word is very delicate, like it's a glass figurine that's going to break. And he's like, if you just wear one simple item, like it has the very pingy sound to it. It's like very, like this little particular tiny little Bambi sound to it. So it's the most annoying sound ever. It's like talking to like,
Canadian in it.
Yeah, it's like a chick sound. It's like a nerd sound. It's very delicate sounding. But anyway, the point is he's just very like, what's the word? Well, anyway, so he says, you got to wear one, if you were a man and you just wear one particular interesting item, imagine how easy it would be for a girl to open up and talk to you and make a comment about that item. It gives her excuse to talk to you. And also the theory is if you're the peacock in the room, meaning you have all the flashy shit on, you're wearing everything that's crazy and glowing and shiny, in the club, girls are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at that amazing guy with the goggles and the glasses and the hat, the double set of goggles and glasses in the club inside. And the feather boa, and the painted nails, and the mesh tank top, and all the...
But imagine if all of us wore those.
All the crazy appliances and blender. I'm surprised he doesn't have like a blender or, like a Cuisinart attached to his belt. Maybe he has, he should have like wine bottles, wine corks. I'm surprised he doesn't have like a Swiss Army knife or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think
all
I
these
can
cool
like
things.
just carry a tennis racket next time I go to the
Next
club.
time you should test this peacock theory out. Get your tennis racket, make like a Batman utility belt. Just get like a butter knife, a hammer, a tennis racket, a toothbrush, a blender. Put on a double set of goggles and just go out with like as many fucking crazy things as you have as you can possibly pile on your body, like a backpack.
Well, I will generate awe.
Well, I want to see if people are actually going to approach you, or they're just like, "Who's this fucking freakishly crazy guy?" Because you know how Mystery always talks about where all you have to need is one interesting item. Meanwhile, he has like he goes overkill. It's like when people go, "Well, one aspirin's good for headaches, so let me take the whole bottle." I think that's his theory: is let's get a fuzzy hat and a boa, and let's paint our nails, and let's wear 12-inch platform shoes, which is almost ridiculous considering he's already the tallest guy in the room. He's like 6'5" or something like that, and he's fucking wearing like platform shoes. It's
and a big hat.
Insanity. Why doesn't he just like climb up on those stilts? You know, like those carnival workers who just walk around on stilts all day, and he's got the tall top hat.
I was thinking he kind of does a sensory overload, like how you do it with your expression.
Yeah,
he does
it's like
it with this other shit.
You know what? If you had the type of personality to pull that off, meaning you were as interesting as your clothing, I could understand that. But he is using all this interesting clothing in lieu of having a personality, and we'll see very quickly. We'll see how his clothing does not match his personality. And we're going to see the fail association method at work. Just like we talk about how social authority creates an order, which is attractive, you'll see the reverse happening. Okay, the principle of this is, for instance, if you have Michael Jordan, we always talk about Michael Jordan's shoes. The reason why people pay, $100 or $200 for a pair of Michael Jordan shoes is not because they're worth that much just by themselves without the Jordan label. They probably cost all of, 50 cents to make in China. Literally all the materials probably cost, $2 to make, $3 tops. Once you slap that Michael Jordan fucking logo on there, it skyrockets in value automatically to like $150 to $200. Why? Because Jordan is famous. Because he has accomplished something in basketball. Because he has a certain ability and people are drawn to him. So he is selling essentially social authority. His authority is creating order in the room, getting things done, what he wants to accomplish, meeting his expectations, etc. So when people have these shoes, they figure, oh, that authority from Jordan is now transferred to me. I control everything that happens in the room. When people see my Michael Jordan shoes, they see an important guy. So therefore, I'm just as important as Jordan. It's just like the principle of wearing a Rolex watch. When you see a Rolex watch, you see a guy who can afford a lot, who is has a good income, etc. So you automatically make all these associations. He's got a lot of money. He must be influential. I'm going to listen to him. He's important. I'm attracted. That type of thing. Creating order again. Principle of creating order. The principle of creating order along via social authority. So
yeah, driving a fancy car.
Driving a fancy car, exactly. So this is kind of what Mystery's trying to pull off here. So let's crank it up. Let's start up. It's what's called the Holy Grail of Pickup, Part 1.
Are you going to play that?
We're going to play it.
Play that disgrace.
The 3-minute rule.
Oh yeah, 3 second use experience instead. I like to get a hotter girl, ultimately.
This first part is classic. This is typical nerd behavior. This is like guys who are nerds won't understand this. You have to be a guy who is social and understand how social interaction works, to understand how fucking retarded and silly this discussion is before the actual pickup even happens, or what you might even. You can't even call it a pickup, really. It's his attempt to attract the girl, but in the beginning, he's discussing with some other dorky guy, has no clue what's going on. Imagine you're holding a discussion with a guy who's, I guess he's wearing a shirt or whatever, but he's looking over at this guy. Mystery's facing the camera right now. He's got his fuzzy fucking top hat on. He's got a necklace on. His shirt's buttoned down to the navel. White shirt. He's got the black nails. He's got the rings. He's got the scarf. So he's just looking like a character straight out of an Oliver Twist novel.
Circus time.
Cirque du Soleil meets Oliver Twist.
Yes.
So he's explaining how his value is going up and down.
That was funny.
And he's this is so amazing. He sees this chick and he's about to talk to her, and then he sees the chick's greet her friend, recognizes her friend right next to her, and he goes, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And Mystery says the most amazing thing. Hold on a second. Here we go.
Is that proximity?
Okay. First of all, he asks the guy, is that proximity? Like, they're fucking already speaking in bizarre fucking nerd lingo. Let me translate that back into English. What he's talking about proximity is when a girl's hanging around you and is just, you're wearing something cool or they think you're the cool guy in the room. what the girls will do is just kind of hang around you. They'll kind of glom around and like, put their back towards you or just kind of hang out near you, just hoping to kind of like segue into a conversation somehow. So what he calls proximity attraction or something like that. So he's kind of just looking around, talking to this guy, just trying to kill time until the girl is available to chat.
I'm so glad I didn't go into that set just now.
And now he's facing the camera. He says, "I'm so glad, bro, I didn't go into that set just now." That set meaning this, the two girls or however many girls are standing around him. He was about to go in and talk to her, but he's like, "I totally saved myself, bro. I could have been killed out there, man. It's brutal out there, man." Fuck, this guy is such a fucking flaming faggot. He makes meeting girls into rocket science. Literally, if you listen to this guy, you would think the girls really, literally behind him were Nobel Prize winners, or they were curing cancer, or they were, it was like Albert Einstein and Elvis and the president.
Pick up like the Prime Minister of Britain.
Yeah, and Boggles, all in the same room. They give me Chaiwala. And Ricky Ponting and Jacques Hobbs. Ricky Ponting and Jacques Hobbs all in the same room. This is who you think is standing behind you if you were listening to this fag talking about these girls. Oh my god, bro. It was so close. I almost went to talk to those girls. And that other girl came in and whew. I just fucking avoided a bomb.
Using this, that's the worst time.
I would have had to kill myself. There's no way. Listen to this explanation. It's so fucking gay.
If I get an interrupt in the first 3 minutes, that's called an external interrupt.
If I get an interrupt in the next 3 minutes, that's called an external interrupt. Okay, what this faggot is trying to say in normal English is, if a girl comes in while I'm talking to a girl and interrupts our conversation, an external, quote, you get it, external, as in, I guess the set, the girl he's talking to, the set is the internal component of the social interaction, and she comes in from the outside, so she's the external, and then she's interrupting him, so the clinical term is external interrupt.
Oh, so like the internal sperms and the external sperms.
What the fuck are you talking about? Just shut up, okay?
Compromise my values.
And if she comes in, he said she's going to compromise his value, meaning he's all about the how to explain this into English. It's hard to translate this into English because this is all fucking gay pickup terminology like DHV, demonstration of higher value, meaning if this girl sees you as a cool guy, she's going to assign a certain amount of value to you. And so if he feels that if he's talking to a girl and he gets interrupted within the first 3 minutes by this external interrupt, his value is going to fall. It's going to be like Michael Jordan losing stock on his shoes, and they're going to fall from $150 to $50 or even less than that. So he's like, "Phew, glad I kept my market value."
Because then here I am, standing there waiting for them to make their introductions, but I'm not well known enough in the original set to be introduced. Lowers my value. You know,
lowers my value, bro. So he's basically worried about.
Not enough yet.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So he's going to stand there, and the other friend sees her friend, and it's like, "Oh, how you doing?" And then they're hugging each other like, bitches do. They're like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see you." So he's worried he's going to have to stand there, and his value is going to be lowered just by standing there. He won't be able to take the intensity of their greeting, and the whole thing's fucked up. He's done. His value would have been compromised. Like his values Fort Knox is compromised. The way he talks about himself and social interaction in general is how people talk about World of Warcraft, like it actually matters. When you look at World of Warcraft from a normal perspective, it's nerds on the computer playing a software game, really. They're playing it's just like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or Mech Warriors 2 or Halo, any fucking video game from any era. It's basically Pong. It's an upgraded version of Pong. When you had two paddles, the very first video game, there's a paddle on one side, a paddle on the other side, and the ball's just blinking back and forth. It's a video game.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I'm glad you know. For all intents and purposes, WoW is Pong. Pong was WoW of its generation because people didn't have WoW. People didn't have Pong. Fucking video games were amazing to them. So this electronic box that could have pictures on it, glowing pictures, and things moved. A Pong, a paddle, and a ball bounces back and forth on your screen.
So now it's like behind 10 million paddles.
Yeah, that was WoW back then. That was World of Warcraft back then. So this guy's never left World of Warcraft. That's the problem. Now he's in real life. Now he's talking about a social interaction, which is, in layman's terms, talking to somebody, having a conversation, chatting them up, shooting the breeze, etc. And now he's made it into this amazingly complex, intense, formulaic, tragic Shakespearean drama. It's I'm stumped. I'm stumped at how to describe this this nerd experience.
The game.
The game. The game is so intense.
Attraction, comfort.
Okay, let's listen to some more amazingness.
I lucked out on that one.
I lucked out on that one, bro. He says I lucked out on that one. Fuck. I could have been killed. That mage could have cast their +9 wizard spell on me. My whole fucking character would have been gone.
And that's the grenade.
The way the grenade. The way he's talking about social interaction is the way nerds talk about World of Warcraft, like it actually matters. Skill level. Like, if you get killed in World of Warcraft, who fucking cares? It's a video game. At the end of the day, it's a video game. But to all the nerds involved in World of Warcraft, it is like, you might as well be talking about curing cancer or, something so amazingly magical. So to them, it boggles my mind that somebody can take a virtual character that doesn't exist and build it up through this virtual world, then put it on eBay, and you're really not putting anything on eBay. You're putting an electronic representation, like really ones and zeros on eBay. Like in the Matrix, when they broke down all the code, it's just ones and zeros, right?
Yes.
It's just a collection of ones and zeros on a screen that another person is paying for. You're paying for an illusion. So this one person who's bought into the illusion is selling it to the other person. That's basically, it's basically the economy, supply and demand, that type of thing. It's just like when you see a car or a shoe or etc. You're buying into an illusion. You're buying into the illusion of social authority. So in the nerd world, a powerful WoW character, powerful wizard, whatever, I don't know, fucking mage. I've never really played it, so I don't know too much of the terminology.
I want to make some money now playing WoW.
Yeah, so you can build up a character, and you could, I guess if you get it powerful enough, you can sell it on eBay. But that type of faux importance that you assign to that world is the same type of phony importance that Mystery tries to inject into social interaction. Like it's this crucial, make or break deal that if his fucking quote quote value lowers, he'll never be able to show himself again in the club. Or I don't know what kind of fucking silly consequence he imagines. The language he's using to convey this interaction is so mismatched with reality. It's like a guy telling you, I bought this pack of gum, bro, but you don't understand, this is the wrong kind. This has aspartame in it. I like regular sugar. And if I chew this, I'm fucked. I'm going to get cancer. It's over, bro. It's so lucky that this other pack of gum here was right next to that gum, and I just happened to pull that one instead. I paid for that one. I started chewing it. I realized this wasn't the aspartame flavor. This is regular sugar gum. It was so amazing, bro. And imagine me telling you that. And if you were a normal person, well, actually, if you were like insane guy like me, you go, fuck, that's so amazing that you avoided that. I'm so glad for you. But if you were a normal person, you'd fucking like reach out and slap me in the face and say, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. You're retarded. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. And that's really what's happening here. He's just making a mountain out of a molehill. Social interaction is really a very simple thing that is tough because it takes a little practice, but it's very simple in its design. And he is making it into this intense World of Warcraft game. So let's sneak back in and listen to the wide World of Warcraft in Mystery's head. He's looking over his shoulder carefully.
Oh, the night's young. They're there. I know they're here.
The night's young. They're there. I know they're here. I can always come back, bro. I can always re-enter that set.
I don't mind holding back.
I don't mind holding back.
For entering to a set.
For entering to a set.
I'll break my 3-second rule if I believe that the 3-minute rule is going to be broken.
Uh-oh. There's a 3-second rule and now a 3-minute rule. Okay, the 3-second rule is basically, if you see a girl, talk to her within 3 seconds, otherwise you'll be staring at her like a psychopath. So the whole reason behind this rule is, look, you're a dork, you don't know what's going on, just go and talk to somebody. So that's his whole reasoning behind the 3-second rule. But he's advanced now. He's super advanced.
3-second rule long time ago, before Mystery.
What's that?
I thought they had the 3-second rule even before Mystery.
I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have my World of Warcraft pickup artist game with me.
And that is, you've got 3 minutes from meeting her to locking her in until you're locked in where you're sitting down.
You've got 3 minutes, son. He's like he's fucking defusing a bomb.
It's like a game, yeah, the game is
He's like a United Nations CIA special expert, special terrorist, weapons, tactics, munitions guy. And he's got only fucking 3 minutes to talk to this chick. If he doesn't lock in, quote, okay, by the way, lock in means you are leaning against furniture like a bar or a wall, and so it doesn't appear like you're talking to the girl or you're hitting on the girl, that she looks like she's hitting on you, so you want to lean back against the bar and have her. It's just fucking ridiculous Warcraft nonsense going on in your head. So he's like, yeah, bro, you got 3 minutes to defuse this bomb. This chick will explode in 3 minutes. The whole fucking world will end unless you get in. If you don't get locked in, bro, you're done. Your life is over.
All about this fake appearance.
What's that?
All about the appearance, like a fake appearance.
What are you talking
you
about?
Leaning, and it appears like she is.
Yes, it's about appearing to the rest of the crowd. Well, the bar crowd is superficial, so it's kind of understandable in the sense that he's trying to make it seem like he's the popular guy in the bar. So if you're, let's say you came in with 4 buddies and you're high-fiving each other and talking and just fucking around, if you're just having a good time in the middle of the bar, people are going to start looking at you and thinking you're the important guy in the bar, and that's going to attract women. So that's kind of like the theory behind this is he wants to have like girls looking at him, looking at other girls talking to him. So he'll be what he calls pre-selected. The women will like you because you're selected by other women. Okay,
or you're at least locked in, leaning up against the bar, leaning up against the wall with them surrounding you. If it doesn't look like you're a part of the group when someone enters the set, like one of their friends, for instance, it can compromise my values.
Yeah, bro. If you're not locked in that group, if you're not part of that group, by the time the friend comes in, you're fucked. Your values are gone, bro.
I like how he says it.
It sounds like he's saying it sounds like he's saying he's compromising his family values. Like he's a homespun guy who he has a wife at home and a white picket fence, so he's compromising his moral values or something. But actually, he's just using gay pickup terminology. He's actually referring to as like his social value. It's compromising my social values. Okay.
That's why I hold back.
That's why I hold back, bro.
The fear. Even the best pickup artists in the world get the fear.
Okay, now he's pandering to the camera and making some lame fucking speech. He's saying, the fear. Even the best pickup artists in the world have the fear, implying he's the best pickup artist in the world. And if fucking somebody as amazing as Mystery has fear, it's okay, bros. It's okay. I don't know what to tell you. The reason why this guy has fear is because he's a straight-up faggot, really. The reason why you have fear is because you have this type of perspective. The reason why I don't have fear talking to girls is because I really don't have this faggot perspective. It's not because I'm like this super amazing guy or wear super fucking amazing outfits or even I pick up a girl every time I talk to her. It's none of that. It's just my perspective is not fucking haywire World of Warcraft like this guy. Like he's disarming a bomb. You can see how he's talking about just talking to these 2 girls or this girl behind him. He's making it seem like he's disarming a bomb. He's a secret agent. He's infiltrating a base and he's about to be killed. It's a life or death situation. So this is the epitome of making a mountain out of a molehill. But I see a molehill when I look at girls. I see retarded chicks that need my help. I have more to offer them than they have to offer me. They have a vagina. I want a vagina. They have companionship. I want that. They have all this great stuff that I don't have. I'm not saying that I'm better than the girl I'm talking to. I'm just saying in terms of like socializing, I have much more to offer a girl than she has to offer me. I'm going to be doing all the work. I'm not commenting on our worth as persons because I know then we both need each other equally. I can't say I'm more important than the girl and the girl can't say she's more important than me. That's like saying your arm is more important, your right arm is more important than your left arm. You need both of them. So, he's talking to the camera now about how even the best pickup artist, implying himself, meaning he's the greatest pickup artist of all, even if a guy like Mystery is afraid, it's okay for you, bro. You watching back at home, playing the home game, playing the pickup artist home game, it's okay if you're afraid of talking to girls, because Mystery's afraid. No, it's not okay because, I'm not saying it's not okay to be afraid, but it's not okay to have this fucking retarded gay perspective on talking to people that creates the fear. This type of mindset creates the fear. Where you think you need to wear a fucking faggy, fuzzy hat and a boa and, unbutton your shirt to the navel and wear a cool necklace and paint your nails black and wear fucking ridiculous earrings. All these things to make you stand out and lavish and like a shiny object to women. All these things create a neurotic mindset in you that if you don't do everything exactly right, you're going to fuck up, you're going to fail, the world's going to explode, you're going to die. This creates a neurotic, crazy, insane nerd mindset in you, a dork mindset. And this is what generates that fear. This is what creates that fear. You put so much value on the girl. You overvalue the girl so much. She's like a stock that just went through the roof. And you're like, oh my gosh, bro, this Captain Crunch cereal stock is so fucking amazing. We better jump on it right now. We better buy 1,000 shares. That's what he's doing with this girl behind him, who is not even that hot. He's assigning so much value to her in his head. He's like, oh my God, this girl is the most important person in the world. This is like meeting the president. We need to be on our best behavior. We need to watch our P's and Q's. We need to be very careful about what we say and how we do. We don't want to offend her. she's the most important person in the room. So already you can see his mindset is already saying, girls are more important than me. No wonder why he's a fucking fraidy cat talking to them and mentioning all this PUA bullshit and nonsense about what's going on in their heads, what's going on around him. Like, this is actually happening in their heads. Let's continue.
But we barrel through it. That's what the purpose of the 3-second rule is really all about.
But we barrel through it, bro.
It's about suppressing your fear by just going in right away.
You just gotta suppress that fear and go in. Just do it.
That's right.
No. Da-da-da. It's okay to be nervous talking to a girl, but this whole fucking mindset is what creates those nerves. This intensifies those nerves. It's like, it's really silliness. It's silliness.
But sometimes you gotta hold back.
He's like, sometimes you gotta just go through it, suppress the fear. But then he says right after that quickly, but sometimes you gotta hold back. Kind of justifying his position, like why he didn't talk to them immediately. Sometimes you gotta hold back, bro. Well, if this is so scientific, how the fuck would you ever know this? This is like, this creates a neurotic mindset. Sometimes you gotta hold back. What is the scientific theory behind this? Sometimes you gotta hold back, bro. When are those times? What are the micro calibrations? What are the indicators? Fucking silliness. Fucking silliness.
They're here.
They're here. Anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Whew. Social proof. Oh, I'm glad we got through that role. Now, next title, social proof. Walking through the club, bro. Oh, I forgot. He's got his sunglasses hanging right out of it. You know how you put your sunglasses right on your shirt, right up front? But his navel, the button on his shirt is down to his navel, so they're just like right in front, magnifying the chest hair. So he's walking around, and some old cougar's looking up at him. Play. Walking around.
All right. I believe I have my 2 set in mind.
He's all right. I
I'd
believe
like
I
to
have my
create
2
some
set.
social proof. First, if I'm going to enter into the set,
So he's got his 2 set in mind, meaning he wants to talk to 2 girls in plain English. So he's trying to create. He says he's trying to create social proof. So otherwise, he won't be able to talk to them. It's so amazingly difficult to talk to these girls. They're so much more important than him. Fuck, why does you?
if I have my 2 set in mind,
Okay,
I'd like to create some social proof.
some social proof.
First, if I'm going to enter into the set, by the approach alone, I'm going to convey my interest.
He's going to convey his interest by the approach alone.
The most logical thing at this point would be for me to open an adjacent set.
Oh, it's logic. Okay, now we're going into logic here. The logical move is to an open adjacent set, which in layman's terms means talk to the girl next to him or the guy next to the girls he wants to talk to.
So do every indirect thing possible.
Yes, so logical, so methodical. It's like the Borg. It's like talking to Data, picking up chicks. I wonder if Data would come up and go, "You're a fucking fag." I think that would be the most logical reply from Data. Lieutenant Data says, "You are a fag, mystery." Okay. Fucking YouTube. When I say play, you need to play.
With a female.
Hold on, let me back up a second. I think we missed something so amazing.
So, the most logical thing at this point would be for me to open an adjacent set.
Yes, the most logical
And then,
thing.
I don't necessarily have to merge it forward.
Merge it
I
forward.
just have to be seen with a female.
It just has to be seen with a female in order to talk to other females. Otherwise, it's off limits.
Hello. How are you? Magical. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so he fucking failed at that. And instead, some other chick comes up and talks to him. Okay, so this is what happens. You got a not hot chick. And she sees a guy in his fucking amazing rock star outfit. She's like, "Oh, you're so interesting. I'm going to come up and talk to you." So he's making this out to be some super duper accomplishment when you don't even... It's so fucking sad. You could be like a regular dude and just be a good looking guy or something. There's any number of reasons a girl will just accidentally talk to you or just talk to you just because, you know, she's introduced to a friend or something or any reason. But he's going through all these elaborate mental gymnastics and, you know, his whole dress up and outfit preparation just to talk to this chick who is like 6. I don't know. It's just fucking silliness.
Hello. How are you? Magical.
How are you, magical?
I recognize you for some reason. Why is that?
Because they said I look like Daisy Fuentes.
Because he said you look like Daisy Fuentes, the fat Daisy Fuentes?
Who's they?
Every time I bump into somebody, they say,
Do you have a cigarette on you? You smoke? Oh, what a good you are. Thanks. What's the quick question?
Okay, so this chick is like a retarded chunkster.
Yeah, she's pretty retarded.
I'd hate to see her without makeup, but yeah, she's yeah. she's supposed to represent the hottest chick in the universe for nerd guys. Guys, if they really knew what was going on, they'd realize you could get a girl like this easily. It's not as difficult as this guy's fucking making it out to be. Especially a girl like this who's not even that hot. It's ridiculous. Okay, going on.
At some point, I'm going to have to find a cigarette because I'm jonesing for one. No, I've got cigarettes back there.
Okay, so they're making some bullshit conversation about cigarettes, which is totally meaningless. It's like throwaway conversation. There's no point to even talking about cigarettes.
You get some cigarettes.
He's talking about cigarettes. No, there's cigarettes back there. So he's doing the nerd thing where he's doing what you do all the time, where he thinks like all these inconsequential things are important to mention. Like, oh, let me think. We'll be talking about a main point, and you'll be talking about how many words were in the main point. Like I counted 17 letters in that word, and
Exactly.
overall there were 20 words in the sentence you just used. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? It has nothing to do with anything. Why do you even care about that? It's so irrelevant to the conversation. So that's what he's doing with his nerd control, his desire to control everything. Everything's out of his control. So the nerd response to that is to micromanage every single fiber of the universe. Like G Zyga. He wants to micromanage and have every interaction before he's even had it. So he'll design exactly what he's going to say, how he wants to talk to him. He'll go overboard on that. So he can, in an attempt to micromanage every little detail of the interaction so that
Possible outcome.
nothing can cause any fear to him, nothing can hurt him, he'll escape all pain whatsoever.
Be invincible.
Be invincible, exactly. So this is a nerd urge to talk about irrelevant things. This is exactly what's going on here. Fucking talking about cigarettes over there. Who the fuck cares? This is nonsense conversation with a nonsense chick. It's like two retards talking to each other. Actually, this is a perfect pickup. Like, she's retarded and he's retarded, but they're both retarded in different ways. Like, she's just stupid retarded, and he's like fucking gay-ass World of Warcraft retarded. Their retardation together is like a perfect couple. They're like a perfect couple. I have a question. How come every time we have a podcast, there's some fag that has to email me something or write something and just distracts me every fucking time?
Wait, you get an email every time?
I get stuff interrupts for like no reason when I'm talking. Like, I want to have these interrupts when I'm not in the middle of a podcast.
Yes.
Not during. Okay, so let's get back to Lenny and Mice and Men.
Everyone should pod.
Little table.
Oh, really?
Now, what's the purpose of
I have to go through the cigarette conversation because it's so interesting.
Do you have a cigarette on you?
You have a cigarette on you?
You smoke?
Do you smoke? No?
Oh, a lot of good you are.
A lot of good you are. Uh-huh. Then she says something. It's like totally throwaway. Totally misunderstands what's going on.
To find a cigarette.
This is another thing. This girl says, she misunderstands him, I think, and says something about his poke and relates it to like a kiss or something, but he has no fucking clue how to manage his expectations, like have her clarify herself or use that to like, talk about something, but they're both equally socially awkward, so it's like, she says something awkward, he'll just kind of like sweep it under the rug, ignore it. So now they go back to talking about cigarettes. I'm jonesing for cigarettes.
No, I've got
She says they have one in the men's restroom. He says they have them over there by the table. Oh, so fucking meaningless.
I think they are interested in social.
I think then they cut the camera angle. I think that even the camera guy was so fucking bored out of his mind. He's just like, cut. This is going to go on for another 20 minutes. Let's just cut this out. And they start fresh from another angle. We get the Batman angle, the diagonal Batman angle.
Talk about it.
I like the hat.
She's like, I like the hat. It's fuzzy.
Fucking with you.
I have a white one, but it's a little different. Similar, but not exactly.
So they're talking about the hat. He's stumped. He has nothing to say.
You make facial expressions like
Wait, was that bad? Is that good?
it just is.
Okay, here's the thing. These are two people who are trying to justify themselves to each other. This means she's such a fucking dork. She thinks that he's super cool because he's wearing a fuzzy fucking hat. And he is such a fucking wow nerd that he is trying to justify himself to her. How can you tell? Okay. They're talking about expressions on her face. And he makes a comment like, you make all these funny expressions on your face. And she says, is that bad? Asking is for his approval, basically. Trying to justify herself to him. Like, if she cared about her expectations or she's a guy, she's like a cool guy, she wouldn't give a fuck what the guy said. But because she's a girl, that's fine. She's going to ask, hey, is that bad? His response is, Yes, that's bad. You're a fucking idiot, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you dumbass. That's not his response. Are you paying attention?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's his response?
Repeat the question one more time.
You fucking Indian. Shut up. Okay. He just says, oh, it just is. It just is. Like he has no opinion on it. Like he just goes neutral on it. Instead of telling her he likes the expressions or he doesn't like the expressions, instead of committing one way or the other like a man,
Okay.
instead of stating his interest and being okay with stating his interest or stating his opinion and being okay with stating his opinion, he's so worried about what she's going to think of him. She just says, he just does a neutral, trying to do a neutral response to play both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Oh, it just is. It means nothing. He can't even say he likes it or he doesn't like it. Of course he likes it. He said, oh, it just is.
But he doesn't want to say he likes. He just want to.
He doesn't want to fuck up. Is why he's doing that. He doesn't want to be neurotic. He's neurotic, so he doesn't want to go. Oh, I don't like it. And she goes, oh, you're fucking rude. And then he's got to work his way out of a hole or something. Like he doesn't know how to talk to a girl, or he's gonna say he does like it and feel like, oh, she's got him by the balls. Oh,
and he might lose his value.
I might lose my value again. So it's all this neurotic questioning of his value in his head going on that's causing him to give these faggot responses, these non-responses. I would have instantly gone, if she had said that, I'd actually like it. I'd say, yeah, I fucking love those expressions. Those are the best. You know what that would have done? My value would have spiked, bro. She'd be like, oh, this is a fucking cool guy. He's okay with stating his expectations, and he's not going to bend because I don't approve of them or I disapprove of them. He's going to keep his own expectations. This is a real guy. But no, she's talking to the world's greatest pickup artist, Mystery, a.k.a. the world's biggest faggot.
No integrity.
No integrity.
You make facial expressions.
You make facial expressions. Like, what? Is that bad? It just is. All right.
At some point I'm going to...
She says, all right. And he goes, yeah. Like, they have fucking nothing. It's like two nerds when they have nothing to say to each other. It's like, yeah. It's just like you when you stare at me.
Nerd love.
It's nerd love. It's not even nerd love. This is worse than nerd love. At least I can kind of entertain you, and you could be gay there, and I don't have to go. I don't have to worry and fidget and neurotically think if you're approving of me or not. I'm not even considering that.
Yeah.
But in this situation, they're both awkward nerds.
Yeah.
So he is worried about what she's thinking of him. She's worried about what he's thinking of her. And they're just having this neurotic nerd staring contest. Oh, okay. And he goes, oh well. So they're both like stumped. These are where the awkward silences come from. Awkward silences arise when you have two nerds and there's no direction. That's what creates an awkward silence. When you have two girls talking to each other. In this case, you have two chicks. You have a chick who doesn't know how to lead the conversation, and you have a fag called Mystery who doesn't know how to lead the conversation. So you have an awkward silence. That's where you get awkward silences from, awkward pauses. A pause is fine if you're a guy. You can pause for 2 hours if you want. I pause all the time. The difference is I know where I'm going. I'm not terrified of a pause. I'm not worried that the pause is going to ruin the entire conversation, or I can't pause, or I have to always be entertaining or super cool. All you have to do is have a direction and go in that direction.
Yep.
If I like the girl, hey, I let her know I like her and I want to spend time with her. That is my direction. Now, if it includes a pause, so be it. But I know where I'm going. This fucking guy has no clue where he's going, so they creates this awkward, fidgety silences and pauses. If you know what you're doing, you have no problem pausing because you're still in control of the conversation.
Yeah.
See how we have pausing here?
Yeah.
It's because you're a fag and you don't say anything, and I wait for you. And you're like,
Yeah, I'm soaking in the points.
yes. Stop beating off.
I was thinking about it when you're really confident about saying something. You know, even if you pause, you know what you're gonna say later, so it's not gonna matter that much.
Well, I don't mind read ahead what I'm going to say. I just have a general idea of what I want to do. Like, I want to go out with her. I want to meet up with her again. I want to make out with her. Something in my head, an idea of where I want to go with this. Not just talking to her just to shoot the breeze about cigarettes, or just to make comments about her facial expressions and then have nothing to say because I'm so worried about what she thinks of it.
Yeah.
Before you enter into the conversation with a girl, you should already have it in your head. I mean, you guys are practicing now. You're not going to be this way now, but I'm saying, ideally, when you're talking to a girl, you want to already have established your expectations, what you want, why you're even talking to her. You should know why you're talking to her. Of course, you don't know that right now, so that's what you're practicing. But ideally, at some time in your life, you want to be able to talk to a girl and go, look, I know when I'm talking to you. I like you. I want to go out with you. I want to fuck you. I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to get to know you. Even if you don't think that far ahead, like, I don't want a relationship with her, but I want to get to know you to see if I do want a relationship with you. At least you know why you're talking to her because you want to get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be apologetic about what you want. You say, I want to get to know you, so I'm going to ask you questions, or I'm going to tell you things about myself to get you to open up. And boom. I'm going to move it towards a relationship if I'm interested in you. If I'm interested in your answers, I'm interested in your personality, I'm interested in how you respond to me, how you respond to things. Because I have expectations. This is what it means to be a guy. You have a direction you want to go in.
Yes.
You know, girls always say, oh, I like a guy who's passionate and has a direction, blah, blah, blah. That's all the bullshit they're talking about. They're really talking about you know what you're doing. You have authority. You can lead a girl because girls don't know what the fuck they're doing. This is what creates attraction. When you can lead somebody where you want them to go, you're creating what? Order. And order is?
Good arrangement.
Order is? Why are you creating order? Order is?
To remove disorder. Attractive.
Yes, it is attractive. Ultimately, all this order you see is attractive. When you look to your left and you see your TV, how it's nicely arranged in the factory and the buttons are there and the screen is there, isn't that attractive? Isn't that more attractive than they send you an IKEA kit with all the parts disassembled and say, here, put it together yourself? Which is more attractive?
Anything put together,
Orderly arranged. Arranged in an orderly fashion. Is your house, does it have a door? And you open it, you walk inside, it's got a floor, it's got a heater, it's got your bed. Isn't there an arrangement to your house? It's not just sticks and rocks and cement, right? All thrown together and your sheets underneath all that?
Yeah.
It's orderly.
Has some arrangement to it.
Let me ask you a question. Where would you rather live? Your house or on a corner of Santa Monica Boulevard in a cardboard box with a homeless guy?
My house.
Why?
Much more order and convenience and
much more orderly. It's a more orderly arrandement. You can get your food. Your food's in the fridge. It stays cold. You can pee in your toilet. You don't have to shit your pants.
Yeah. The cardboard box in Santa Monica, you don't need any work to do that. You could just, anybody. This one needs more work, like in the first place, to have this kind of arrangement.
What the fuck are you talking
about? Fuck, never mind.
We're not talking about maintaining the order right now.
We're
talking about the resulting order being attractive, not how to get there. But you like to add all these extraneous points that don't matter. And I'm like thinking, how does this apply? I'm actually wondering. The funny thing is, I always wonder when you say something, I go, how does that apply? Maybe that magically applies. And then I think, no, you're just fucking retarded and don't pay attention. I don't know what you're
in the end, I realized.
Good. I'm glad you're realizing it now. Helps when you think. Okay, so let's continue on our journey.
I'm going to introduce you to some good people. You're in a good place today.
My good people. Yes. He finally brought up his good people. But don't worry. In case you forgot about his good people, he's only going to bring it up 100 more times.
100 times, yeah. No,
my friends are good people. These are really good people. These are great. I've never talked to my friends as about and mentioned them as like good people. I don't even understand the...
I have good friends. Yeah, I have good friends.
I guess I don't know if I'd say you're good friends. I would say, hey, I got buddies. I don't know if I'd always characterize them as good people or good friends. I wouldn't even characterize you as good friends. I would just say you're friends. And I wouldn't certainly characterize you as good friends like more than once, or especially not 100 times in a row. These are good people. These are really great friends. These are really good friends you're about to meet. The friends I'm about to introduce you to, they're amazing. They're cool. They're really good. Like, whoever fucking says that? Don't they just go, this is my friend, and I don't know what you're going to think of him. You're going to think whatever you want, but this is just my friend. Or my good friend, I like him.
Good friend, yeah,
when I say good friend, I just mean I know him very well.
Yeah.
Like, here's my best buddy. I don't go, oh, my best buddy's so great. He's so awesome. You're really going to like him. Oh, he's really good.
It's like high school. Like, I mean, when you're in high school or something. Are you there? They don't talk like
what the fuck? Even then, you're less faggy than that.
This is just a good vibe.
It's a good vibe.
Good vibes.
Were you nice with it?
I missed out. There was something so amazingly sexy you just said, and I missed it.
After the vibe.
I don't know. Let me see.
Well, how's this? At some point, I'm gonna introduce you to some good people.
Some good people.
You're in a good place today.
You're in a good place.
This is just a good vibe.
There's good vibes.
Were you here last weekend? No.
Were you here last weekend?
I was here last weekend. I don't know which day last weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, one of those days. I really like it after the podcast.
So they talk about, were you here last weekend? I was here last weekend. It's like, oh, what day were you here? I was here Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I don't remember which day. It's like, who the fuck cares? Stupid. Nerd conversation. It would be relevant if you said you were here because of something, or you wanted to say something about that. But you're just like, were you here last week? Oh, yeah, I come here a lot. Oh, were you here I was here last week. Yeah? When were you here? Oh, I was here Thursday or Friday or Saturday. I don't remember which day it was. Really? That's so interesting. No! Nobody cares! Fuck. You know when you could talk about stuff that is irrelevant? You know when I could talk about, like, my watch? When can I talk about my watch, Bogler? You're a bright guy. I want to know why he can't. Why am I so distraught over Mystery, the world's greatest pickup artist, talking about what day he came to the club, and why am I not distraught about me talking about my watch? What would be the difference? Or what could be the difference? Actually, they could potentially fall into the same category, but why would I handle one way and not the way he's doing it? What's the problem here?
You used the word distraught? I didn't get that word.
I'm disturbed. I'm mortified. I'm horrified. I'm in pain. I'm suffering listening to this faggotry.
Well, when you talk about your watch, I assume you're going to talk about your experience of your watch. That's where you're going with it.
Why is that important?
Well, because when you talk about the experience of your watch, I get an inside view of how the watch makes you feel or what you think about it. Like, I get more in touch with, like, your personality. Like, your personality comes
Yes,
off.
you are conveying yourself through the watch. You're not really talking about the watch. You're just talking about you.
Okay.
Every way you experience things says something about you. How you like the food, what you do with the food, how you sense the food, how you smell the food, what your eating ritual is, what flavors you enjoy, what it makes you think of, what images it evokes, what pleases your palate, what you look at, what you see when you see the food, what you think of when you see the food. All these things convey something about you. You saying, hey, I'm at the club. Oh, I was there Thursday. Oh, I might have been Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Who the fuck cares? All that says is you're a fucking gay nerd and you don't know what you're talking about. And you're just filling time. You're not saying anything about you. You're just filling time.
Yes.
You're hoping attraction will just magically take place if you just babble long enough. That's not what causes attraction. If you cannot create order, if you cannot lead a girl or another person, even a guy, into your experience, if I cannot talk to you and lead you into my experience, I would not be the super cool Professor Plum you see today. I would be some guy teaching you something that may or may not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun. Oh, they have a pool thing. Yeah.
I'm curious about you.
I'm curious about you.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Sounds like something.
I wasn't given an instruction book on how to be human.
Okay, so this guy's a total fag. He goes, I'm curious about you.
I don't know.
And she goes, why? Ah, total perfect invitation. Why? You can say, I like you. I mean, just cut to the fucking chase. He's such a fucking faggot. He's got, like, all these magical lure theories. Like, I just need to throw an intriguing statement out there, and then you'll bite, and then I'll just kind of be mysterious about it and give you, like, these vague answers that can mean many different things. Or, I'm so worried, really, about what you're thinking about me, so I can't make any definitive statements or state my opinion.
I'll just keep playing these silly games.
Yeah, it's just playing these fucking silly nerd games. I'm so curious about you. Why? I don't know.
I don't know. I just am.
I just am. This guy's such a fag. Ugh. Just tell her you're curious about her because she has a pussy and you like her tits and you want to suck on them. That would get you a lot farther. If you just said that, if you blurted that out, she might be totally offended or shocked, but you could easily recover from that much easier than you could recover from this vacant, empty, meaningless conversation.
Just is.
If I just said, I could recover. I could tell her, look, if she goes, why are you so curious about me? I could say, because your tits look amazing. I could easily recover from that. Because even if she got offended, I would say, hey, I like you, it's okay. I would let her know it's my expectation. It's okay if I like my expectation. I'm not asking for your approval. That would say more to her about my ability to create order, and thus my attractiveness to her would be increased, more so than Mystery going, I'm curious about you. Oh, just because. I have a hunch. Just this energy. It's just something. It's this fucking gay stuff.
I just trust my feelings, my instincts.
I just trust my feelings, my instincts. What the fuck does that mean?
Random gibberish.
Random gibberish. And then he says, I don't have a manual on the human book. I just more nerd guy. The funny thing is, he speaks in nerd lingo, and he doesn't realize it. I used to think he kind of, when I first heard him speaking like in a video about nerd lingo, I thought it was just for the classroom, like just the guys he spoke to that way. And like when he was in public, he would speak like a cool guy. But listen to this statement, okay? This girl's a total fucking dork and ditz, and he should be picking up on this when he's talking in a club.
I was here last week.
Oh, sorry, I went backwards. Hold on, we'll get to the good part.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. One of those
Yeah. Shut up, mister. Everybody jumps in the pool. Yeah, that's amazing. Shut up. Yeah, shut up. Nobody cares. I'm curious about you. Here we go.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I wasn't given an instruction book on how to be human. I just trust my feelings.
I wasn't given an instruction book on how to be human. I just trust my feelings.
My gut.
My gut.
My instincts. I'm sure you'll say something that'll turn me off in a heartbeat, you know. As long as you don't speak, we're gold.
What?
Okay. The thing is, he says things that are supposed to be so sophisticated. He doesn't realize he's talking to a fucking brick wall, first of all. This chick is dense as fuck. Plus, he's talking to a club where there's music, and she's trying to process, like, this complex fucking Shakespearean imagery. See if you can catch a backhanded insult and how he tries to make it super cool. But he's in a club, so this is all fucking nonsense. Listen to this nonsense.
How did everybody kind of jump in the pool?
I don't know why.
What are you curious about?
What are you curious about?
Given an instruction
All right,
on how to
shut
use
up.
it,
Let's go. Get to the point.
I just trust my feelings, man.
I trust my feelings. Trust your
I'm
feelings,
sure you'll
dude.
say something that'll turn me off in a heartbeat.
I'm sure you'll say something that'll turn me off in a
As long as
heartbeat.
you don't speak, we're gold.
As long as you don't speak, we're gold. I'm sure you'll say something that'll turn me off in a heartbeat. As long as you don't speak, we're gold.
Yeah, he just kind of disapproved of her.
He's throwing out the neg, bro. The neg. In
Neg,
mystery
like-
terminology, the backhanded compliment. The
Well,
thing to
there was
lower
no
a girl's
compliment in there,
to lower a girl's value.
though. There was no compliment.
Yeah, there wasn't. He was just being too cool for school.
Okay.
Eventually, you're gonna say something to offend me.
Yeah.
As long as you don't talk, we're gold. We're cool, bro.
Invalidate to appear cooler.
Yes, cool, bro. Cool. Cool, bro. Cool, bro.
Bring it on. Who are your friends? Where are they? Fun. All my friends are.
So, where are your friends? Over there. She points over there, and he goes, "Oh, my friends are over there." Okay, great. Who cares again?
Right here. Okay.
Yeah, who cares? You're pointing to them. Who cares?
Catch up to speed with some of my friends.
I'll catch up to speed with some of my friends before I introduce you. Good people, first of all. Look, before you're about to meet my friends, I'm going to give you the introductory packet to my friends. They're really good people. They're really friendly. And they're just really good to know. They have a really good vibe, a really good energy. I'm sure you're really going to like them.
Yep. Good.
Boggles. You are the worst co-host. Whenever we explain something, you're the worst possible co-host ever. Whenever we're just babbling back and forth, that's when you really shine. Okay, let's get back to the video.
I'm sure you have good close friends.
I'm sure you have good close friends, right?
You know, yeah, your girlfriend, your close.
Well, that's real. So there's a lot of competition there. They're your friends, but they're jealous of you.
They're your friends, but they're jealous of you. They're
Yeah,
frenemies.
you really throw a lot of baggage onto here. Holy shit.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, continue. You're my friend.
And back to me.
And back to me. What the fuck? She's talking or something, and for some reason he just goes, and back to me. What?
It's a random effect.
I guess he's trying to say he's cool and he wants to talk about himself or something. I don't know. This is fucking nonsense.
So, when I first moved to America, I'm originally from Toronto. The first group of friends that gravitated to me weren't necessarily the friends I ever planned on keeping.
He gives like some elaborate friends explanation. I love this. He's all, the first group of friends I met were not the friends I planned on keeping. I mean, what guy speaks this utter faggotry? Even you weren't this gay when I first met you.
You know?
You know?
You're gonna see.
Here, have a
It's
seat.
just the friends, the lovable losers that, that gravitated to the new shiny objects.
The lovable losers that gravitated towards the new shiny object. Speaking about himself in like third person like he's a wrestler. The lovable losers, my friends, that gravitated towards the new shiny object. Like he's the new shiny object. He's the cool guy. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Because it sounds so corny. Well,
It is corny. It doesn't sound corny. It is corny.
Where the laundromat was, you know? It reminds me of when I was in high school, and I moved to a new area of Toronto, and I went to new high school, and the first group of friends that gravitated to me, I needed to know where my fucking locker was, you know? But I didn't need them to follow me home. Do you know what I mean? It's like, cool, man. Hey, awesome. Nice meeting you.
Sweet. He's a
So
cool
the
guy at
friends that
school.
I have now, introduce me to your friends. That's the polite thing to do. You can dress her up, can't take her anywhere, you know? Nice to meet you.
So he's got his little lines. You could dress her up, but you can't take her anywhere. It's like he
And then-
throws out these like silly lines, but he throws them out in such a non-committed fashion. Like he almost like runs through them so quickly, so they have no effect.
Yeah, like a machine, yeah.
It's oh my god. This is the importance of voice inflection, listening to the people you're talking to, having an actual conversation, responding to them. Like when he says things, it's just like very little, like just throwaway. Like it's all just means the same thing. The reason why he gets so lost on these chicks is he understands what he's saying and why he's saying it in his head, but when he's conveying it, it's so fucking terrible. It just comes off as just one long word. Like 20 words just are all monotone and just one word. Just all comes off as one thing. It's horrible. Horrible. Actually, you know what? I'm being a little hard on him. It's not as terrible as it could be. At least he's talking. But in the context of what he's trying to do, it becomes more horrible. It just makes it that much more grating on me.
But all my friends call me Mystery.
Another great thing. He's got this faggot named Mystery. But then when he's talking to people, he always has to explain, oh, my name is Mystery. And then, of course, everybody's going, are you fucking retarded? What are you talking about, Mystery? And, oh, but my real name's Eric. Or he goes, I'm Eric, but my friends call me Mystery. You know, one or the other. Either way. Sounds fucking gay. I thought the whole point of having a cool nickname was to keep your cool nickname, not to give up your real name in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he had to qualify his...
Like if I tell a chick my name is Green Lantern, I'm not going to tell her my real name for the next 2 years. I'm going to keep it a secret.
Now, hands up.
Hands off.
Now, hands up. Jesus Christ, women. Mystery, pleasure to meet you too.
Mystery.
And that was a greasy wet man. Where were we at? I was going to catch you up to speed with some of my friends here. Because you don't know them. And there was a time I didn't know them either, so I'd catch you up for shits and giggles.
I'm going to catch you up to speed on my friends? The fuck does that mean? The guy's like, I'm retarded. I'm just holding a drink in front of me. I have nothing to do here. This is totally boring. I'm just going to listen to this guy in the fuzzy hat. Why not? So, bros, now that I got everybody's attention, I'm going to catch you up to speed on my friends. Why? Just for shits and giggles. What? Where is this phrase cut? First of all, I hate that phrase.
People at my work use it a lot.
I heard people use it. I just can't stand it since he uses it. Ever since he's used it, I've hated it. And I've never really heard anybody use it before, but to talk about for shits and giggles, you want to talk about your friends for shits and giggles. It's like, who does that? Why?
At my work, they say, let's try it for shits and giggles.
I remember why. This is his other theory, the accomplishment intro, meaning before he introduces you to his friends, he's gonna really talk them up so that when they come into the set, bro, they'll be super high value. This is my friend Bogler. He's a doctor. He's an Indian doctor and tech support. He's a really good guy. He's not gay at all.
My friends now are very different from the friends I had up in Toronto where I'm born and raised.
My friends now are very different than the friends I had where I'm from in Toronto, where I was born and raised. Who the fuck cares about any of this nonsense? This is such throwaway garbage.
They're more Hollywood crowd. They're cool people. But the first group that gravitated
They're cool people. They're the Hollywood crowd. Cool. They're good and they're cool.
to me, they have since carefully cultivated my social garden.
I've since carefully cultivated my social garden. He's talking about his friends. I've since carefully cultivated my social garden. What the fuck is this faggotry? This guy's looking at Mystery like, bro, I'm gonna suck your cock. That's it. He's got this look on his face thinking, who is this faggot?
Huh?
I wrote that. Huh?
You've been there for less than 5 years. No, I've been here in America, in Hollywood, Vegas. I spent 9 months in Fort Lauderdale. Well, actually, Hollywood.
This guy sounds so pathetic. Like now he's talking about all the places he's been. Again, no conveying of the person, just conveying information. I've spent 9 years in Vegas, 5 years in Hollywood. Who the fuck cares? I don't care if you spent 2 years or 1 year in Hollywood. Why do I even care about that?
This is resume.
Yeah, but who the fuck cares? Why do these people care? No wonder these people are fucking bored. They're just like, these other two girls walk off because they're realizing this guy's a fucking retard. I can't take any more of this. I'm done. I'm done analyzing this video. It's so terrible. So fucking fail. Oh, I'm exhausted. It was so exhausting and I can't say the word. Humiliating. Dehumanizing. I feel raped. I feel like my ears were raped. My eyes were raped.
The Holy Grail has raped you.
The Holy Grail has raped me.
The Holy Grail.
Okay, Boggles, what did you write down on your podcast list? Let's talk about some of your super duper things. I have a couple things on here.
Okay.
Let's hear what you got.
From when?
Oh, from there. Yes.
I was more definite about from when.
Yeah. Talking to you is like talking to Mystery's brother.
Mystery's younger brother, Boggles.
Yes, Boggles. Mystery's younger brother, Boggles. I'm gonna go out on a limb and name you right now the number 2 pickup artist in the world.
Number 2 pickup artist. Woot.
You're number 2.
Number 2. I'm gonna get a little hat, a beanie or something.
You need a little beanie.
Beanie.
Okay,
Really boy.
this is for Filbert. He wanted to know how to create a social circle.
Yeah,
And I
that's
wrote down in the
important.
notes, be a social circle facilitator. That is such an awesome, sexy terminology right there.
You going a mystery style?
I'm going mystery style. Be a social circle facilitator. What the hell does that even mean?
Facilitate the good friends around.
Create your own social circle. Talk to people around you. Influence people around you. So many guys are so passive. Like, you guys were talking about me talking to you. We were hanging out last night. Me, you, and Paperclip. And Paperclip is like, well, he doesn't want to hang out with us because we'll be boring him and he'll just sit there and do nothing and watch us because we won't have anything to say. No, I won't. If I'm bored, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to say, you guys need to do this or that, or you guys are fucking boring because you're not doing this or that. I'm going to let you know what my expectations are. And that's how I create a social circle that I want to be in. I'm influencing it. I'm making it the way I want it to be. Just like this academy. It's my creation. It's our creation. Like Dr. Ladice's creation. It's like what we wanted it to be. This is exactly what it needs to be for you. Like when you're talking to your friends in the your fellow students in the chat room or emailing them or having cam sex with them, it's the same thing. You guys are creating your own circle of friends and you're influencing each other how you want your friendship to go. You don't want it to be the regular friendship where you just trade fucking gay information like mystery and you say, oh, what'd you do today? Oh, I went to work. And then I ate dinner. And now I'm talking to you. You guys will get sick of each other very quickly.
Yeah, sometimes we are, yeah.
Yes, because you're nerds. You need to learn how to not only stimulate the other person by bringing people into your experiences, but also managing your expectations with your friends, with your social circle. The fancy technical term is social circle, but with your buddies, with your pals, with your bros.
Yeah, except when you're dealing with fellow M101 buddies, sometimes it's like you're both kind of trying to get your expectations met or something. I guess cooler has a more functional, like, fuck, that sounds all like technical.
I like how you make a point and then you're like, fuck, I'm so stupid, and you just cut yourself off. You slap yourself in the face.
Well, I mean, sometimes there's like expectation clashes and, dealing with that with fellow M101 who are like trying to, get their expectations met for the first time is kind of a challenge. But they're both like, oh, mine should be better,
Okay, that was very specific.
Yeah, well, I can't think of a specific example right now. But...
Okay.
Right. Can you, show your face? This is, I just see your mouth. Yeah, that's better. You're doing,
yes, I can show you my face and not my mouth.
When we first made a podcast, because I want to get the quality so good, and he had, a microphone, and he was, talking like this, and I had to see only his mouth, because he was so obsessed that the sound quality has to be really good. I was like, I'm not going to do a podcast that way. I'd rather see your face. Anyways.
It's awesome.
Now I see only your eyes, dude. Full face is better.
Oh my god. Can you beat off to that now? There.
Yeah.
My face is on camera. I'm adjusting. Hold on. I got to pause the podcast so I get my full face on camera so Bauer can get his pants down around his ankles.
Yep.
Okay. Manhood Academy represents my social circle, my buddies. I am shaping it the way I want it to be. I want it to satisfy my social needs. So this is how I'm training you guys. You are my buddies, my extended social circle. I'm training you to convey your experience, your expression. I'm training you to be, quote, quote, cool guys, to be attractive to other people, to both men and women. Yes. So you can go and socialize with other people, and they'll want to socialize with you in turn, because you'll know how to socialize, and you'll know how to influence them in a way that satisfies your social needs.
Yes.
So you got to build it from the ground up, how you want it. Okay, I wrote down nerd social circles on the internet. This is like when you're talking on the net, like if you say you're in a Warcraft guild or whatever, you're in a video game guild, or you're in a video game group or club or whatever you want to call it, and those are your buddies. You shape it. Some guy will step up out of the crowd and say, we need to do this, we need to do this. He's like the group leader, and that's the kind of culture you fall into. Or if you're on an internet forum, and let's say you're on 4chan or something like that, and you have a certain brand of humor or whatever, you influence each other.
4chat? What did you say?
Never mind. Any group on the net comes like a social group. Any common interest group, or where people are talking about politics or guns or I don't know, what have you that's out there to be talked about. You guys can form a social circle, a group of buddies, friends, acquaintances, whatever, and you're influencing each other. This is a perfect opportunity to practice social interaction.
I don't know if guys know to join these kind of sites and do. I don't know if anybody.
I would rather you talk to people in real life. I'm just giving you an example. The differences, pros and cons. What did I want to talk about?
I remember one point on my thing.
What's that?
The one I call you about, like, being lonely as a guy.
Yeah, let's save that faggot question for 1 second. Okay, so the pros and cons of what did I say? The pros and cons. Oh, I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of of internet social circles. Maybe that's what I meant. I don't remember. You want more people to talk to, get more people to talk to. Okay, so if you want to talk to people, you need to recruit people into your social circle. So that means you need to make friends. This is exactly what you're training to do. You want to learn how to start a social circle or get a social circle or get into a social circle? This is how you do it. Find out wherever people are. Figure out where people are. There's got to be a gathering of people. They go shopping, they eat food, they play sports, they do recreational things, they do extracurricular activities, they're at charities, they're riding around on bikes, they're doing all kinds of things. Find out where they are, first of all, number one. And just be where they're at. That's really all it takes. Be where they're at. Find out where people hang out. If it's at like a restaurant or McDonald's, don't eat at McDonald's, but catch them on the way out of McDonald's.
Well, volunteer work, church groups,
whatever. It's tennis club, college campuses. Some of the biggest social groups are on schools and campuses, like when you're in college and whatnot.
Yeah.
You join professional associations, those type of things. Lawyers talk to lawyers. Fraternities, bars, etc. Well, I don't, let's stay away from bars and clubs, but places where you can actually hear yourself talk.
Yeah.
So you want to learn how to just start talking to people. Start acclimating yourself to talking to strangers. Recruit your social circle. Give incentive, like I did here at Manhood Academy. How did people come to Manhood Academy? There was just me. Now we got a bunch of students and people, onlookers, visitors, whatever.
Advertised on a few sites and then word of mouth.
But how did they get there? How did everybody come to Manhood Academy?
Well, I came through the Lycus forum.
How did you come to Manhood Academy? What had to happen?
Well, I was listening to the Lycus show. And
you didn't come through the Lycus show.
Yeah. And I went on to the forum.
You didn't come through the Lycus show.
I did.
Nope, you didn't.
What do you mean?
Everybody came the same way.
I saw one of your posts on the Lycus forums.
Everybody came the same way. How did everybody come to Manhood Academy?
Well, we went online looking for stuff, like...
No. You know how you came to Manhood Academy?
The quest for manhood.
I brought you here.
Yeah, in a way you did.
Not in a way. I did bring you here. I brought everybody that's at Manhood Academy. I brought them here. I created the social circle.
There was an element of luck involved, but yes, you did.
Think of how you got here. I brought you here. If Manhood Academy didn't exist, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I brought you here. You're here because I took an active hand to bring you here. If I didn't create the site, you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be having this podcast. All you people wouldn't be listening to this right now. I created this. Dr. Ladice created this. We brought you to Manhood Academy. We
Just
created a social circle. What is the fucking point, which you always miss, Bogler?
Incentive?
Oh, God damn it. Just kill me.
Repeat the question. I'll get it.
What is the point? Why do I say I brought you here? What is the point?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know. You need to bring people to your social circle.
Okay.
To your version of Manhood Academy. You need to bring all the students, all the members, all the visitors. Your friendship circle is your own academy. You can call it whatever you want. You're training everybody there. You're either going to be a good teacher or a bad teacher. But you're responsible for bringing everybody into that academy. All your buddies. Your circle of friends. You got to create your own Manhood Academy.
Okay, let's try to think in terms of students, right? You had a website. What about us?
You have a mouth. You have a brain.
My mouth equals in terms...
Your mouth is your website.
Mouth equals website. Okay.
You need to take an SAT course so you can learn what an analogy is, first of all. Maybe then a lot of this...
Well, the analogy is something similar, like you're trying to use that to...
Okay, great.
Convey your point.
You need to learn that interruption is necessary to social interaction.
Yeah.
If I don't interrupt you, how will you ever fall in love with me? Did I just write that? What the fuck does that even mean? You need to learn that interruption is necessary to social interaction. If I don't interrupt you, how will you ever fall in love with me?
Yeah, I interrupt you too sometimes, and then you tell me to shush. So
no, but I typed that. Fuck, I hate when I type like little notes that mean something in the context in my head, But if I don't create a surrounding context, like where that came from, what I was talking about,
Forget about that.
because usually I don't mean that literally. I'm talking about it in some context, like not literally falling in love with me, but if I don't interrupt you, meaning I don't provoke you somehow, how will you ever fall in love with me? If you need to learn that interruption is necessary to social interaction.
So we're done with the social circle already?
Yeah, you have anything else you want to add to the social circle?
I thought give them practical resources, websites, and that's their own.
You are gay. If I give you all the resources in the world, it won't help you. It won't help you being gay. You need to go do the work. You need to go out there. You can't circumvent.
Spoon feeding method.
Yes.
Spoon feeding method.
You are too used to being gay. You have to take the cock out of your ass and go out there and start talking to people. You lack discipline. You lack discipline.
Yeah, I realize that. I'm trying to work on that.
Okay, I'm trying to get back to this other quote. You need to learn
interruption.
that interruption is necessary to social interaction. If
I just interrupted.
Yes, exactly. Why is that necessary? If I don't interrupt you, how will you ever fall in love with me? If I don't interrupt you, how will you ever fall in love? What the fuck does that even mean? You need to learn that interruption is necessary to social interaction.
If you did not interrupt that hot chick, how would
that's it. That's it. I think it had to do with the social circle. If I understand. I remember. That's exactly right. Yeah, the hot chick. Remember, somebody was talking about. See how this context, like, it jogs my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need all these little code words and all these little scenarios to go off my head for me to type this out. But then I don't type any surrounding context. So then I come back to it later. I'm like, what the hell does this mean?
Yeah, and then I remind you.
Yes, that's why it's so important to learn how to bring people into your experience. Like, if I didn't explain that, people would be going, huh? What is it? What are you talking about? Surrounding context, huh? Okay, so obviously somebody was talking about, some student had a concern about, I feel bad about interrupting girls or interrupting people. I don't want to interrupt them when I'm talking, so I can never talk to people. If they're in a conversation or that two people are hanging out, I'll feel like I'm interrupting them if I talk to them. So that's why I wrote this point down.
I've experienced that.
You need to learn that interruption is necessary to social interaction. He's saying that they're in a social interaction already. There's two people talking over there or just hanging out on the bench together. They're maybe buddies or acquaintances or whatever.
Hey, I'm Boggles.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I can't go over there because they'll think I'm interrupting them.
Yeah.
My point is, it's necessary to social interaction. And my point is, look, weren't you in your own life doing something at some point?
And somebody interrupted, yes.
Didn't I interrupt your life?
Huh?
How will you ever fall in love with Professor Plum? How will you ever enjoy Manhood Academy or join it? Why would you even be interested if I didn't interrupt you in some way? I didn't interrupt your life in some way.
How did you interrupt our lives?
Oh, you're so fucking retarded. Ah! Your life was going one way, and then your life was introduced to Manhood Academy. Your life was interrupted.
And then hell started. Okay, got it.
You make me crazy. Okay, we covered that. Splitting time into intervals. What's that mean?
Hold on. The interruption stuff. But I think they're also concerned about, it's also kind of rude to interrupt someone. How do you know that?
Okay, don't interrupt anybody from now on. Just stay inside and play video games. Next topic. Splitting time into intervals. What does that mean?
Scheduling and like I'm going to do this.
Splitting time into intervals.
I'm going to read this whole book in a week and then you don't
time into intervals. Yeah, maybe that has to do with the schedule. It's good to break up your time and split it up into sections that are manageable, because a lot of times you have a lot of time and you're so poor with time management that you feel overwhelmed, or most of the time you say, I'm going to do this, and you have 10 hours to do it in, and you waste all 10 hours because you're so paralyzed with not knowing. You have 20 things to do, but you're so paralyzed with what should I do first? What should I spend the most time on? I don't know what to do. So instead of managing your time and just blocking it out in a schedule and saying, I'm going to do this for an hour, I'm going to do this for an hour, so you definitely know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You have direction. You can get things done when you have direction. When you don't have direction, you're paralyzed. You do nothing. So that's why it's so crucial to learn in your younger years how to block things out. Like, for instance, sometimes I'll just sit there on a Saturday, and I know I want to do some things, but I'm so fucking stumped. I'm like, should I go here first, or should I go out here first, or should I go ride bike first?
Yeah, I have that.
And I fucking waste the whole fucking day. I could sit there for just literally 5 hours on my bed thinking about what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Literally. Just waste that time. And the time rolls around, it's gone. I'm like, I'm such a fucking loser. I feel like such a loser. I wasted all that time thinking about what I wanted to do instead of planning it out. At worst, just doing something.
Yeah.
But at the very least, I could have just planned it out.
Plan it out.
Or actually, I should have said, at the very least, I could have just done something, anything, just to start out, just to do anything, versus doing nothing.
Always thinking about doing things, but never doing it.
And the best case scenario is I could have had a schedule and just planned it out. I could have said, look, I have 10 things to do. I'm just going to jot it down on paper and say, look, I'm going to do this time, and do this at this time. And now I have a direction. So even if I don't follow it, at least I know the schedule I plan on keeping and I want to keep. So I have an idea where I want to go.
Okay. So
Better
even
to
if-
schedule than not schedule, and better to learn it when you're younger than later in life.
Yeah. Definitely agree with that part.
Being sloppy and careless with grammar. God, so many retarded fucking generic ebonic grammar patients out there. Just like me, when I'm lazy, I throw out words that don't mean anything, like generic. I did not mean to say generic, I meant to say ebonic, but that wasn't the word I wanted. So I'm still arranging the thought in my head.
Yes.
So I'm using poor grammar.
Mm-hmm.
Subject verb agreement. Even when I'm talking, sometimes I'll say things and I'll be like, I know that's fucking retarded. I know I need to use a plural when I'm saying that, but I'm just so lazy and I don't fix it. But it just drives me nuts to see poor grammar mistakes, especially with you guys who I am more exacting on, because as a student, you need to be particular about your grammar.
Yes.
And then I wrote another note right next to that, fucking retards.
Mm-hmm.
Expressing more frustration.
So,
Repeat offenders. Well, I was going to say mother son because his grammar is terrible, but you guys, anytime you like leave a word out, it's just like an obvious thing. It's not even like super, crazy things I'm so distracted by. It's just like if you leave a whole word out, it's just like that's not even a spelling mistake. It's just the sentence doesn't even make sense. Or you repeat things, just like simple things. Simple things. The
yeah,
very
when you're
bare.
typing.
I don't care if you're Shakespeare or Hemingway and you can write a great sentence, but at least write a sentence that makes sense, that has the necessary amount of words. Hopefully it's spell checked, or at least it sounds phonetically right, but at the very least, at least it's constructed so that it fits. It could be a basic sentence like, I went to the store. It's very basic, but at least it all makes sense. It doesn't just say, I went store.
I went store now.
Like a lot of people on here are fucking leaving out 20 words or just gnarled grammar.
Yeah, I think that's when you keep typing, your mind mentally says the word, and you actually
Yes,
forget
I have
the
that problem too. Sometimes I'll just say it, and I'm like, wait a second, that's not the word. I forgot to type the word out. I hate that. Frustrating.
So I guess kind of have to reread it. That's
Reread
and
it.
over time, you get into the habit of putting it.
Become
in.
competent.
The more you write,
Go back, edit, reread, do it.
yeah.
Okay, last thing I have here is, actually I have another thing, but before that I wrote female sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Did I want to talk about female sexuality? No. There's a lot of experiences. A lot of things happened to me lately that I wanted to talk about. I realize my life is super complex. You know when they have that commercial, they say the most interesting man in the world, or some beer commercial?
Yeah, Dasaki's for beer.
Saki. What is it?
Dasaki's
Dos
beer?
Equis. Yeah, Dos Equis. The most interesting man in the world. I feel like that's my life.
Maybe. I can
Not
see
in
that.
such craziness. Like I'm sure I have the similar experiences with other people, but on the other hand, like how I go through the experience and how I manage the experience and how it affects me and what happens as a result is very intense and crazy sometimes. So I have these crazy situations I've been through, crazy experiences I have, and then things that seem normal to me in the sense that they've happened to me enough that they don't affect me. Whereas if I told another person just what happened that day, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so fucking amazing," or "That's so fucking crazy," or "That's so fucking terrible." Something like that along those lines.
Yep.
So I have a lot of thoughts spinning around in my head, and then I was walking around. Actually, I don't want to talk about that. There's like a lot of things I have to censor myself about. I don't mean censor in that I'm not trying to convey my experience, but there's certain things I can't talk about for unnamed reasons that I can't.
Yeah,
mention.
I wonder about that a lot sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things that I can't talk about that I'd love to talk about one day. Just can't talk
Someday
about.
I would like to know. Someday.
Yes, a lot of people would like to know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about.
Because I'm a curious man.
Yes, I'd like to talk about everything with everybody, but there's just certain things you just can't. And it's painful. It's like a suffering.
Well, whenever you want to talk to me, let me know off the podcast, off the record.
You are probably the 478th person on my list of people I would talk to. Because you probably derailed me after the first point I made.
That's okay. Eventually you'll get back and then we'll keep going. Indian man.
I like that you're a resilient Indian. That's what I like about you.
Thank you.
What's on your list?
That one you didn't want me to save it for later? Like,
Which
about,
one
like,
was
how
that?
Being alone. as a guy.
Loneliness, being alone. What was that about?
You said it's one of the books on the list, but I couldn't hear since the phone connection wasn't good. Like you said,
What's your question? Forget about the book list.
the question, okay, like, is like, I used to think like, as a guy, like, you always need company and stuff, but then...
You always need company. You need to be around somebody.
Yeah, but then me and people were talking about it, and it's like, it came up like, it's more like a chick thing, where a chick always needs a guy around, but a guy can survive living by himself, and we were kind of
No.
wondering what...
Everybody needs social interaction.
need social interaction, but
Social, yes, social interaction, not social attraction.
yeah, sorry. But the reason we thought how women always have to have children or have to have something or they go crazy, whereas a guy can kind of stay alone by himself for many years, like when they get divorced. So
No, he can't. It's called cabin fever. If I isolate you from all your Justin Bieber song collections and all the internet,
assuming you still have some kind of girls, I guess either gender has to be in a relationship. I don't know. We are thinking chicks always need more of companionship than.
Chicks are definitely more social than you, more dependent upon groups,
Yeah, okay, that's
group social activity than you, but everybody needs social interaction.
Yes, no, that we are not disagreeing.
To a more extreme degree, yes. Girls are weaker in that they depend more.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Dependence is not a bad thing, but yes, girls generally depend more on social interaction. That's why they're always in groups. That's why they constantly seek validation. That's why they constantly seek approval from people.
Okay. But there's a lot of guys like you most of the time. You stay by yourself, right? You hang out with chicks, and whereas a chick would more likely want to have some guy there with her most of the time.
Guys want companionship too.
That's true. Okay.
But girls, generally hang out with more people. They like crowds more. They like that approval.
Okay.
They like the social approval. What was the question? What?
Okay, the reason we're talking about how Paperclip's dad is kind of used to staying by himself for many years, whereas his mom would go crazy if she didn't have Paperclip.
His dad stays by himself in a log cabin?
No, he's by himself, meaning in society, not in the.
Yeah, then he's not by himself.
Okay, by himself in society. Okay, you can edit that.
See, when you say something and there's no context for it, it becomes meaningless. It's like talking a mystery. It's like when you say he's by himself, it sounds like he's literally by himself. I don't know what you mean by himself in society, or by himself not in a relationship, or by himself in a log cabin of his own creation.
I just assumed you would think
by himself in outer space. You assumed I could read your mind. Exactly, I can't. That's why it's frustrating to talk to you.
Okay.
I have to constantly dig to get somewhere, whereas another person not being as socially competent and not caring about their expectations or not knowing how to get their expectations met would just ignore you or just not care to find out the context. Be like, when is this guy going to be done talking? Makes no sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think we kind of covered what we were talking about.
It's like talking to chicks. Like when you talk to younger chicks, they're they instantly they're talking to you and they'll say, and you know what, Bobby was saying this thing to me, and I was like, Bobby, you're such an idiot. Why does Bobby always say that thing to me?
I realize
your thought in your head as a guy is, who the fuck is Bobby and why do I care? Mm-hmm. Chicks always assume you care about exactly what they care about and you can read their mind. So they start right in the middle of the story.
In media res.
In medias res, exactly.
I think I do that.
You are in medias res.
So yeah, that was that. I do got some chick tendencies, which I'm working on.
Sweet. I'm glad. I noticed you are definitely coming forward because normally you'd be shut down. Like if somebody's telling you you're a fucking fag and you're acting retarded and you're babbling nonsense, you'd shut down and be like, oh, I gotta kill myself. But see, you're able to respond. You're not taken out. You're not useless.
It's kind of like I noticed Ladais going through that process when I first started. You would say something and initially you would be quiet, but then over time I noticed you would just cool story, bro, and you would keep.
Yeah, he'd just say, eventually he'd just ignore me and go, cool story, bro, and just keep going.
Yeah.
Now he cares about his expectations. Now he's his own person. Now he's a man. Now he's stimulating. Now he's interesting to talk to. Now I don't have to talk for the whole conversation. He can hold his own and he can respond and stimulate me, and now it's interesting to talk to him.
And the fact that he's pretty articulate, that helps too, because he can quickly form something what he has to say.
Well, it helps if you practice.
Oh, I was wondering about that. You had your writing somewhere. What about Ladai's writings? I haven't seen, other than the book.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So maybe they're all secret. Maybe he's just super duper smart.
He's a bright guy, but yeah, I was just wondering about the writings.
Maybe you don't have to write. Since you don't see his writings, you should stop writing too.
Well, yeah, I mean that wouldn't help, but it just makes me wonder. Hey, how did that guy? Where's his writing?
He's special.
Okay. I like to wonder about people's writings.
Yes.
I mean, I realize you guys wrote the book and stuff, but in other.
Oh, really? You realize that? You realize that, huh?
I thought I was wondering about the additional writings, the secretive writings.
Those will forever remain secret. You'll
Right.
never read those.
You know, you guys wrote daily blogs, anyways. So that's that. What else?
It's like talking to mystery. I like A plus. Anyways, yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So
Well,
that is their.
I mean, bullet points. What
See,
else?
this is
I
the
have
perfect.
some
This is a
bullet
perfect
points.
opportunity. Whereas nerds would be like, oh, where do we go to? How do we segue? How do we transition smoothly to the next topic? Oh, I can't talk anymore. This was like LeBron Christ's problem, where he was talking about, one of the students was talking about, there's those awkward pauses you can never recover from, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. Guys don't understand. It's not the situation. It's your nerd perspective that creates the
Attitude.
situation. If you don't have the nerd perspective, I can pause right now
Yeah. I could pause too.
and not talk. But the difference is you're thinking two different things. You're different. You're thinking different things than I'm thinking. You're
Yes.
viewing the pause in a totally different way than I'm viewing the pause.
Probably.
That is the difference. But nerds will ask about the situation, like the actual pause itself. Like, how do you, if I'm pausing the conversation, it's lost. It's not working. No, it's not lost. The problem is you don't understand what's going on. You think that the problem is the pause. It's not the pause. The problem is you. You're a fucking nerd. That's why you're pausing. I'm pausing because I'm okay with having the pause.
It's funny and interesting that Paperclip and me had this conversation about pauses just like 2 days ago, where we were practicing pausing while talking on the phone. And,
You're practicing your gay pausing?
Yeah,
Okay, Paperclip, now your turn to pause.
yeah, we did that because I would be uncomfortable.
Okay, too
pausing.
uncomfortable. Now my turn.
Yeah, exactly. I go to nerd practice with like different nerds. I go designer, I go paper, I go Vic.
I understand you guys are learning, and I enjoy making fun of you guys while you're learning, but it's so fucking gay. Like, you guys are practicing pausing. Like, you think about it. What are you doing? You're practicing pausing. It's abnormal in the sense that, yeah, nobody practiced pausing, but on the other hand, it's understandable because you guys didn't have social training going up, so you gotta learn it somehow. So I think these things are kind of endearing. They're cute to me. They're gay, but they're equal parts cute to me.
I
Like,
have to practice
oh,
the
look at
pausing
these guys.
somewhere.
I know these types of things drive Dice nuts. Like, he's like,
Yeah,
he's
but
got,
they
like when you guys
practice
talk about social interaction, you use the terms like I was showing disapproval. He's like, you guys are total fags. Just say I like that or I didn't like that. Just stop being retarded.
Yeah.
So that stuff drives him crazy.
But I think he'll be cool with the practicing the pausing.
No, he'll still think you're fags. Like, it's bad
No,
enough.
it's
It makes him
not.
cringe. Like, just looking at students makes him cringe. Now, I cringe too, but I'm coming from a little bit more of an understanding where I understand you guys are fagging it up because you haven't had a lot of practice, so it's understandable.
No, come on. Remember Ladais used to make us practice initially in the program, like slowing down our speech. He made us even. Well, but you guys like evolved, changed the program quite a bit since then. But I think
We didn't talk about pausing. What are you talking about?
not pausing, but he would like make us practice like speaking slowly, like we would do.
Yeah, you talk slowly.
Yeah. So I think he'd be cool with the practicing.
No, he hates that gay practicing.
He just wants you to talk.
Yeah, he just wants you to talk like a normal person. Once you become competent, talking is like talking about peeing.
I realize
Once you know how to pee, nobody cares about talking about how.
I realize that, but if you never practice on a pause, you're just gonna do it automatically once you get competent. You're just gonna pause. Okay, I'm gonna assume that is what you mean.
Imagine having this conversation with Dice. He would already be. This conversation would be ended 2 hours ago.
You
He'd
know,
be like,
I
"Are you
wanna
there?
have a
Hello?
conversation
Is the camera stalled? Hello? Are you there?"
I'm curious. I want to have a conversation with him. I want to see how he reacts. I mean,
Yeah, he'd be like, "I gotta go," or he just won't pick up. Let it go to voicemail. Are you done? What's your next thing? I think we're long enough. I think we're at the 2 hour mark. We got to be at the 2 hour mark now. Oh, we're like 1 hour and 50 minutes. That's long enough. Thanks.
right.
Enough torture.
You sure you don't want to hit the 2 hours, dude?
No. Unless you got something else, because you're really terrible in this
Well,
podcast.
I mean, if I wrote down points,
Yeah, that's why I told you to write shit down last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I knew exactly when we were going to do it.
Yeah, if I knew, if you would hold my hand, if you would hold my pecker when I was peeing. Yes. Yeah, everything would be convenient.
I would have a PowerPoint set up.
Yeah. I got to get out of this conversation. It's killing me. This is exactly the conversation I don't want to have. Thank you, students, for joining us, Manhood Academy. Once again, on behalf of the worst student at Manhood Academy, Boggles, I am Professor Plum. Greetings until next time. Beep, beep.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Jai Hind.